Hello everyone, it's WW2, welcome to another Modpack overview, this time on Blockfront World War II. A single mod pack that focuses on the Blockfront mod. So, as you can see here, obviously, to focus on World War II style combat. It's obviously an early alpha, as well as otherwise has the following setting as a focus. Otherwise, it also includes aspects of the Western Front. It is quite multiplayer focused, and obviously PvP battles. Also a main focus, and you've also got team leadership as well. Commanding your team, there's airstrikes and other things. And there is the trailer, which does actually play in the intro when actually getting this thing ready. And it also say in that it's established connection to the cloud and a few other things. So yeah. Otherwise, I couldn't get the 1.16.2 version working, obviously, because Twitch's launcher doesn't technically support 1.16.2 as they're making this video, so I just had to go with a 1.16.1 version. And this is actually just the mod here, rather than the actual mod pack. So I'll go all the way back to it. Let's see here. So there's the mod, and here's the mod pack. So it's just the single mod, as you can see here. And there's just a bunch of different iterations of the pack, like so. Some for 1.15, some for 1.6.1, and I just had to go with this one here since the 1.16.2 one wouldn't work because Twitch won't let me. So yeah. I could obviously kind of go around it because you can with the actual launcher here, sort of bend it to, use 1.16.2. But obviously sometimes with getting Forge to work through the Twitch launcher via other means can be kind of awkward. So yeah. Otherwise, you pretty much just get this main menu once it's shown the trailer and done everything else. And yeah, so I haven't changed skins or anything. It's just this is all the stuff that you get when you just start it up. Otherwise, you've got a bunch of different options. You've got the alpha gameplay message, you've got the rank that you are, you've got party chat, you've got Dominion, which I'm not sure if that's supposed to just be like highlighting a core game mode, I'm not sure. And yeah, so let's see, if we just go to the house icon here, we've got obviously our friends, which I don't have any obviously. We've got our profile, which I'm assuming this is all just sort of default, as well as obviously a showcase sort of section will come soon. You've got your main, you've got your statistics. Now I haven't looked at all these, so I'm just sort of exploring what it can do, or what will be presented to the player when first coming across the pack. So you've got punishment records, you've got certain other information based on stats if you've already played a session or more. There's no achievements yet. Either I assume that I haven't found any, or it's just that there actually isn't any yet, I don't know. Prestige your account, can't do that obviously because I haven't played. There is also gems and such, I assume. So we'll go out, we can add friends if we want to, and it's case sensitive, so actually we just put other players' usernames in, and you're good to go. I don't know any people that are obviously going to be doing that. You can obviously play in single player, which I don't know if it'll actually like set up a specific world and strictly go to that seed all the time. I have no idea. We'll find out though. There is no multiplayer servers though, as you can see here. There is a lobby though, which seems to have something appear here. Again, it does have messages or notifications saying in that if you've got connection to the cloud or otherwise, for I assume the creator of the mod's server or something. Got challenges here, there's events, which I haven't had this load up, so I don't know if it will load anything yet. We'll just see what happens. Let's see. I might have to jump back and forth between it, but I don't think it loads in the background, so I'm not sure. Unfortunately. Unless it's because I obviously don't have connection to the other, so it's not really going to show it, which is likely. Got armory for obviously items that'll show up after you've obviously played a few rounds and such, I assume. And there is news obviously stating, relevant stuff like visit the Discord server for more information, or the mod pack is in a certain state. So yeah. Otherwise, you've got a side menu here for your game settings, reporting players, feedback, support, credits, rules, and more. Okay, we don't have access to that. Exit, which actually closes us out of the pack, which I did not want to do. No, actually go back in. But yeah, so we'll just take a look at the other images and see if there is anything in the meantime. Nope, still the same. Okay. I haven't actually tried the 1.15.2 version either, so I'd assume maybe it works, but for the most part, probably best to go with the 1.16 because you probably get the more up-to-date experience. So yeah, and since I've actually accidentally exited, we can now actually see what the introduction is like. And I have turned the sounds down just in case, because I don't know about like if there's any music or this, that, and the other. So yeah, that, or even if it actually changes anything with changing the settings, I have no idea. So we'll find out. But yeah, it'll just basically show a demo or a trailer sort of thing, like you'll see on the actual mod page, like I showed at the beginning. So we've got the gameplay in the corner. We've got this here, which will show up every time. You can skip in the bottom right corner. But yeah, this is pretty much just the main trailer that you saw on the mod page compared to other. So, creator, I assume. Okay, before continuing, please complete the boot camp. Okay, yeah, so you see it says connection to the cloud's been lost, and other times it will say to be, you know, gotten access to it. So yeah, now if you want game settings, you've got voice chats, you've got options, you've got Minecraft's regular ones if you want for sound and everything else, video settings and so on, which I obviously change all the time. You can change your crosshair settings if you want. I'm not going to get into this too much. Forge mods, if you want to actually access your mods, you can. You can force an update. There's account security, two-factor authentication there, auto performance. I'm not sure. I assume that's just that. Actual view. Okay, that hasn't changed those settings. Interesting. Preferences, privacy settings, profile, requests, Discord, and then you've got other stuff for notifications. So yeah, I'm obviously not going to select the others because I don't really need to. They're kind of self-explanatory. Let's see, there's not much else to select here. No. All right. So we'll go into single player and we'll just take a look at what, say, there is. I don't think there's like a campaign thing that just appears randomly, but at the same time we'll just look at the contents in the mod itself pretty much. So what guns, what tanks, what armor, this, that, and the other. If it happens to display it at all, I don't know if it'd be just sort of like a you need to progress to witness some of this stuff or not. I don't have JEI installed, so I'm just going to have to go with the creative menu. And I don't think you're going to be crafting many of these weapons, you're just going to be playing it as per usual. So yeah, so we have our skin changed accordingly, so that is something. And the alpha gameplay sort of tab there apparently doesn't display correctly with the toast notifications, that's always nice. Okay, so let's see, so we've got multiple tabs. Alright, so we've got blocks, where we've got a barrier, we've got power lines, crates, barrels, a few other things to make up a lot of the environments. And I don't know if there's multiple maps either, because obviously I don't have multiplayer session access, at least for the connection that I can get. We've got documents, we've got stones. I can assume that with many of these you can sort of get an idea of what sort of multiplayer modes you get with like acquiring the documents, or maybe blowing up some certain thing, or protecting an area, or just a typical PvP sort of deathmatch sort of approach, I assume. Capture the flag, maybe. I have no idea, I can only guess. Because of there's only so much presented on the actual, you know, websites compared to the other. You've got a bunch of posters that appear on walls, I assume, in certain maps maybe, or for different bases maybe, I assume. At a guess, I don't know. Besides just being around the streets, I don't think. I'm not sure. We've got picture frames of civilians from different countries, I assume. Yep. Okay, what else we got? So there's a bunch of wall signs that will probably appear in the streets. Not sure. We've got vehicles, which obviously there's quite a bit here. There's destroyed versions of them as well. So there's those two states of it. I'll just sort of place these out in the world so you can get an idea of what they look like, since it's quite crowded here. Let's see. Models, it's not exactly easy to tell. Alright, so I assume you can get in easily many of these. And I'm not familiar with all of them, but I know of a few of them. So I'm not going to try and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to place these in the world so you can see what the models look like. So there's that. So we've got obviously sort of a turret sort of situation here. We've got a plane, we've got a jeep, and we've got a few other jeeps as well as some tanks. So yeah. Let's see, we've also got some booster items, we've got a cape, we've got tester and modeler and scanner type of, I assume, badges or sporting or just currency things, I'm not sure. We've got a bomb, we've got a defuse kit, we've got decoys, we've got a bunch of the main weapons you'll see in certain play sessions, possibly. Again, I'm not going to be able to go over all of them because there is a lot. If I was actually reviewing the mods, then I definitely would. I'm just going to review the mod pack, obviously, for this video. So, yeah, there is a lot of different options for different weapons, and I assume maybe it'll unlock them over time, or it's just that you come across them based on just, you know, maybe in the world or something. And I don't know if many of them require a reload or something with magazines, like I've come across with other mods, I don't think. Let's try an MP4. Okay, so you do also have the movement or animation as well in there, along with the crosshair. So when you jump in, the crosshair does move. We fire. I do have an FOV change. I assume that it'll actually appear more. Let's see, do we have any other information? There we go. Okay, so you can zoom in by just clicking the right mouse button, or you can fire with the left, and obviously you can see quite a bit of recoil there. And we do need to reload with the R key. I'll actually check any other controls just to see if there is any other key bindings to keep track of. So there's match controls, so for yes and no voting, opening class selection, sending a team message. The voice communication is a push to talk option. You can inspect your gun, you can reload, and you can switch fire modes. So I don't think the MP4 will have one. Let's see, we've got, hang on, what am I missing here? That's the wrong key. F, R, and G, there we go. So F, we can inspect it. I don't think, hang on, so that's just brief, is it? I think that's just brief. Yeah, it only shows in first person. Okay. Let's see. I don't have any modes on that one, so I can't really show it. I'm not sure which ones do, so I'm just gonna have to guess based on what I can find. I don't know if there's like a, say, semi-automatic mode versus like a, sorry, I mean a single shot versus a burst shot, or certain other sort of stuff that you can get for modes. Again, got no idea. Let's see. So we got here, nothing there. Oh, okay, and also even shows it sort of flying there. So you can zoom in, and do something other. There is obviously the cooldown still between them. So we see a reload animation there. Yeah, again, I don't know which ones have different modes, but I assume in that once you sort of come across them, play it naturally in a session, that you'll get the experience. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.